Another Cookie Cars review. Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of Cookie Cars Review with your host Cookix and the mighty state of affairs. This time bringing you the 1956 color poster version NECA Godzilla, coming to you straight from the studio artisans at the NECA Studios. Our Godzilla has finally made his way for the year of the Kaiju. The king of the monsters is ruling, and this is by far one of the most detailed and colorized versions of Godzilla I have seen yet. And I'm telling you what, I haven't even been talking about the action figure, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see the box behind there? If you want, we're going to look at the box. If you want, we're going to look at the picture of the figure. Or I could do both. But just a quick overview. This poster version gives you the ultimate version of the Godzilla action figure by NECA. This is no joke, ladies and gentlemen. The amount of detail that the artisans and the paint apps that have been placed on this action figure are some of the best. The articulation in the tail, in the head, and both places on top of here. We're talking some of the best yet. Look at his little mouth. Oh, I'm loving it. That joint right there in that mouth says it all, because it gives you the power to put in flame. Are we gonna wait? Let's wait a bit. Let's give you a little bit more of what's coming down the pipe. The cutter alone not giving you the precise amount of detail with his mouth wide open. And I want you to see something as we get closer. If you want to see something really cool, look at those pearly whites. I am a fan of pearly whites, that is right. Kurkix loves his pearly whites. But coming in even closer, if you can look in there with the lighting, is a black and white mouth. I'm loving it, because if I had to go into the poster over there in the background on the box, perhaps there was an inkling, or perhaps this is an intentional detail left in there with his black and white tongue and teeth. That's okay, I'm loving it, because if you look now, we're going to move over to his snout. Impressive. If ever there was a Godzilla fan that looked and loved in every bit and aspect of the Godzilla universe, you're looking at that snout and you're saying, incredible detail by the artisans, giving us this etchings in there. Look at that detail in the snout, it just pokes out there. I'm loving it. I couldn't be happier. In all my travels recently, I'm telling you, this is something that I'm looking forward to and reviewing. I wanted to take the time, focus for us, ladies and gentlemen, on the camera. Now a side profile coming up. You're gonna love those ears. I love the evolution of the ears on Godzilla, next to his nice jawline coming up right here. I'm loving it. Every detail, every etching is the artisans and the sculptors, the modelers took their time over at NECA, produced and worked with Toho to give you this. It's incredible. The paint apps are absolutely stunning. There is nothing short. They spare no expense. That's how I'm practically speechless in saying that if you're looking at this figure where he turns about right here at the neckline, it's blended in so well. The cutters just like the poster, is seamless. You're not going to see them unless you start twisting around. So we've got some articulation up here at the shoulders and the neckline. All right, and then you've got it up here again. If you're popping up where it's got a separate neckline piece. You can have it articulated. Let me move my thumb. All right, you're going to have that right there, and that's perfect too. I love it. It doesn't move much from the top end, but that's fine. Oh, look at that. As you play with it a little more, it will move much. Haha. So play with your toys, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to learn a lot about them just by doing so. You come back here on the dorsal fins coming out. I love the scales. I'm loving the scales because, again, the paint apps are giving you the most incredible detail. They're very flexible. Okay, right here where the torso twist comes up. It's the amazing paint apps that are giving you the ability to say, well, if I didn't know any better, there weren't any seams. There wasn't going to be a torso twist. You're not going to see his scales just popping out at you from the right back of his head top down to his neckline, onto his back, and right there near his buttocks, and where the quadriceps are meeting right here on his legs. Incredible. I mean, he could do the little dance. Oh yes, there he goes. And then his arms, incredible articulation on the back, like if he's going to flex his guns. That's what I'm talking about. And if you notice, there's more articulations in the wrists right here on the hands. Very good, but I want to admit one detail. If you're looking from back here and get a little closer, you look at his hands right here where the claws are. Very impressive detail. All right, nothing to take away from that. Again, the paint apps incredible, but there is what appears to be a joint, if you look very closely, right there. Do not attempt to bend it more than maybe getting a hair dryer or getting this wet, as the instructions would say, for the tail. If you're going to put that on, because it comes disassembled, you moisten it in warm water, and then maybe, just maybe, you can take your chance at that little border joint right there and bend his little wrist. Because I'm not going to take the chances now, because I'm afraid to break it. Maybe in a later take, but oh boy, I love this figure so much, I don't want to break it. Let's look at his eyes. Look at him, he's looking at us. You can come out just like in some of the old other figures that we've run into from X-Plus. When you change the dimensions of which way he's looking at you, right there, he's looking dead on. But if you look at the side, you're loving it, because there he's got that nice angled eye to look down on his enemies and put the fear into him, because he's ready to squash them. In the early versions, that's what he was perceived as, an enemy, but now he's everybody's friend. You know, Godzilla is just incredible. There's more articulation here from the wrists. We're going to come back, bring them down, and the elbows. You look at the elbows in even more detail, where it looks like it's the suit bending right there. Right where the elbow is, more suit and wrinkles. Just loving it, because it represents so much attention to detail. As much as, I mean, look at that right there. If you can't tell in that lighting, I'll move it up a little closer in focus for you. Again, with the paint apps, you're looking at the most incredible. It looks like a suit, like the artist inside. Okay, the actor, there he is, he's in there, because he's bending about, just as up here in the torso. Right there in the torso, where it's very comfortable, it's bending, but that's okay, because the actor inside is comfortable. And you have to give them credit for incorporating that detail, working closely with Toho, and giving you that amount of detail and incredible effects within his neck. Even if you're looking in the lighting, and he looks up like that, what's going on? I see the jets, they're coming at me, oh, and I can come like that. And then when I get upset, I'm going to let them have it. That's right, Godzilla, you're going to. And here in the torso, okay, you can bend about on that border joint. Oh, all sorts of angles for him to kind of move forward. There he goes, moving forward again to the side, okay, and backwards. Again, looking at his enemies, gauging where he's going to take that flame. Okay, because he can hear him. Oh yeah, can you hear me, everybody? With those ears, those wonderful snout. Look at the brow. Can you see his brow, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, it's so impressive. I'm excited. And then if you're coming down towards here, his legs, where his quadriceps and his knees are, even more detail, because the seamless amount of paint, the incredible amount of sculpted detail in those knees are still looking like it's a movie. It's the poster, and not too ironically enough, there was another poster version of a Ghidorah released. If you remember, that would be in a future review, but I'm telling you right now, this is a nice trend I'm liking, with Godzilla stepping out to the plate, looking at not to be outdone, NECA not to be outdone, but the competition at X-Plus. This is incredible. Look at those knees. It's as if they're built-in pads for Godzilla. Defense mechanism. Okay, so you're going to look at some more articulation right there underneath his quadricep and that kneecap. All right, you can bend like that. And then you can come over here, the same thing. And you also got that ankle joint. You can move them about, up and down, left and right. Not a horrible amount, but it's enough to give you that flexibility and posability for your stop motion action movies, and just having plain fun with kicking some butt. And you can move it backwards like that. There's his leg going back. He's going to kick the ball. He's going to be in future commercials. Maybe not. Go up all the way around. Okay. Don't want to snap it, so right there. You can do that. That twist. Look at the joints that are in the back. This does bend. You can come forward and you can come back. Sorry, Godzilla, don't mean to get you all twisted up, but you can have a lot of fun with that. We'll pull it backwards to here and put it backward in place. All right, there it is. It just pops out and then it pops right back in. Just for your posing, as in one of my promo shots, you're going to see the little puppy he plays with, as if he's coming up from right here on the poster. You can see he's got the foot up. Very easy to pose with that on both sides, because you've got those joints in the back, right there in the back of the knee, all right, and the calf. And again, much attention to detail with the seamless amount of paint coming up on the segmented tail. That's a bendy tail right here coming on the back end of it. And I think it pops off right there. This is where you're going to heat it, and you pop it right back on, and you can heat it with the water per the instructions, or I also use a blow dryer. And you can just bring Godzilla for multiple poses like that, and he can still listen. He's listening to me. At the bottom of his feet, very good attention to detail, bringing it like a costume. He's got the soles of his shoes for his big claws. The claws are also impressive. The paint apps are good. It is virtually seamless on that respect. Let's get you some more lighting there for you. All right, there you go. I love the way it beams up like that. It's not quite as sharp as they look, but I would mind your little ones so that they're not having an incident by saying, "Mom, Dad, I had an accident. I opened up my skin." You know, you don't want to ruin the epidermis with a toy. So use caution when, hey, Godzilla, how are you? Look at that. This is a lovely pose. Pose, forget a picture. All right, here it comes, because Godzilla's been hearing too much, and he's starting to look up again. And there goes his background because he can hear it. But this is the most incredible part that the NECA has included in here. To put in, within this mouth there is let's show you so we don't neglect that part of the review. You can come in there. His mouth opens up big enough. If we get some light in there. So you can put his fire. You got flame and fire in there just to give him that love, so he can share it with all his friends up in the sky. We're gonna get it in there. There it is. And you shove it in there right like that, and Godzilla's happy now, because now he gets to share with his friends all his love in one flame. And you've got to love it, because it's incredible, because that's what the poster version, if you're looking in the background on the box there, it's just basically mimicking everything you see, and you can pose him exactly like that. And have Godzilla just continue to have fun with his friends on the ground, all up in Tokyo. And if he wants to come to America, he could do that too. But it's all good. But the lovely part of it is we're going to go mobile now, ladies and gentlemen, using drone flight. There we go. Look at the detail on Godzilla's packaging that came within to simulate the poster where you implant them in here. Now, if you could stick, what you can do, you could take off his tail, or you can poke a hole through the back end of that to give you the full poster effect, and that's where Godzilla would fit. There's the flame, giving you the three-dimensional effect of Godzilla playing with his friends down there. Look at all his friends, they're all smiling. Just like in the poster and in the movie, they're all smiling now, so we're all here to have fun. And, you know, it's just a regular little display, but it adds to the value, because so much more. NECA's giving you best quality, best fun now. And if you look at the packaging, there's the poster again. Yeah, the nice little wording there for the story. It's incredible. It opens up like that, so you can display it later if you wanted to. Again, the poster on the inside with all his friends just having a good time. The side of the box, incredible packaging as a ladies and gentlemen. One of the biggest critiques that came forth was the older Godzilla figures, was that folks didn't like the packaging, but NECA is promising that this is going to be some amazing new packaging with some of the repacks of some of the older figures, maybe even some newer figures coming up we haven't heard of. Just looking at this package alone, I can tell you, it almost reminds me of, you know, not only King Kong versus Godzilla, but again, Mothra. I just saw that on Voodoo the other day, and I was like, ew, wow, that's right, this is a classic Mothra waiting to happen. The size of this packaging, and I can picture her right in there. Oh, incredible, with an egg, hint, hint, NECA. This is just an incredible package of 65th anniversary. You know, it's plenty of room. You can put him back in there. Look at those, just like a comic book. If you're looking spectacular thrillers, dynamic violence, belching fire, and there he is. He's belching his fire, but you know, he's just having fun with his friends who like to play every once in a while. You've got to keep it action-packed, or it's just not going to work. So again, the NECA packaging, fantastic packaging. You get A+ NECA, including the background diorama, even better. Look at that. And then, of course, oh, how can you, it's just Godzilla 1956 color movie poster version on sale now everywhere. Run out and buy it. I give this an impressive Cool Kicks 2 thumbs up, but even more so, we're going to give it 5 stars, because it's right up there. It's right up there with the overseas competition. The incredible attention to detail, the immense seamless color schemes, sculpting and modeling. If I could have, I got 2 of them. Yes, I did it. There's one in the box for now, but this is just it. I'm going to make maybe even a stop motion of this, and I'm just so proud of this figure. This is probably my favorite. My son's going to take it from me, because now I've reviewed it, but that's why the other one's mine. Now, the only thing I think later on in the future, make this bad boy light up one day. Let's see, what could we do? You know, there's so many things. You probably customize it yourself. This is the bendy tail. I don't want to neglect the fact that, yes, he does have the bendy tail right about there. That's the part you're going to warm up. So let's not forget that is a part of the your fun. All right, and then on the back. So incredible. Multiple points of articulation, multiple abilities to continue to have fun with all his friends. Matter of fact, where's Toto? I had Toto up here earlier. He's in a promo shot, but I want to bring him up here to give you the kind of scale we're looking at. There you go. Go ahead, Toto. There you think. So you play with your friend there with your... He likes to play with the fighter sometimes, and maybe he's in awe. But ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. We're getting back to basics here and just enjoying a good old-fashioned review. This is your host, Quirkix. I'm very much thankful for your viewership. Feel free to comment, like, and please subscribe. We're trying to get up there to the 1,000 level viewership. And we're going to be doing a giveaway. You may have heard me say I have another one of these. Well, I actually have doubles of lots of items. You sign up, subscribe, we'll hold you there for a while, and we're going to say when we hit that 1,000, we're going to be giving some stuff away. Put in the suggestions in the comments. Perhaps maybe it could be Godzilla 1956 color version. Perhaps it could be, oh, I saw some Dragon Ball Z stuff in the back. Alright, but you name it, put some suggestions, comment, like, subscribe. This is your host, Quirkix, and the Mighty Stater for saying, thank you very much. Another Cookie Cars review. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.